So I wanted to make you guys a video just to show you what I did since adding this 10.3 inch head unit here. The shift knob, the stock shift knob, it did fit. It would barely clear. You know, you couldn't really get your hand over it. So I took it off, even though it still work if I held it down right here and then moved things back. But also wanted to show what else I did, and that was I took away the feature. Notice there's no keys. There's no keys in here. So I took away the lockout feature that Honda and a lot of the older Plymouths and Chrysler vehicles had. I think Dodge had it too, where you could not move your shift knob or your shift stalk out of whatever gear it was in, unless you had the key in the ignition and it was turned and you had your foot on the brake and the moon was set right and the flowers were blooming and all that shit. So now, instead of wasting valuable seconds of your life on this, oh, press this down and move this thing back and this, that, and the other, and the key has to be in there, I've got it so that it'll move freely. Now, the shift knob that I'm going to have on here is actually going to be the shift knob that I currently have on my Plymouth Prowler. I have done the same feature on my Plymouth Prowler, and all it took on the Honda, I don't know if you can see that zip tie. There's a zip tie right there. And this thing moves forward in order for you to move the shift knob back and forth. And then it'll move backwards that way whenever it's locked out. So it doesn't matter if this is connected in or if it's not connected in. You can leave it if you want to. This is the electronic module that basically sends the signal that says, hey, the key is in, and it's in position 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. And it then sends a signal over here that allows the shift knob stalk to move freely. So I'm going to leave mine disconnected, mostly because the zip tie is in the way. Now, if you found a different area to zip tie it, by all means, you can leave this in, because it doesn't matter what kind of electronic signal gets sent to this unit, it's always going to be backwards. It's always going to be pushed back because of the zip tie. So at some point, I'm going to cut this, or maybe I'll zip tie it so it doesn't make any noise whenever the bass rattles in the car. Another good thing about having this out is I could clean this up, and I also ran my amps remote wire back here, and you'll see the finished product probably in a different video. I'll have my remote gain knob here where I can turn it to minimum, to maximum, etc. as I see fit, all contingent upon the type of song that's being played. The last thing that I wanted to show was what I added over here, and this allows for the rear view camera to always come on. So I don't know if I can get both shots in. Yeah, here we go. And the only reason for that delay, let me change the source here. The only reason for that delay is it turns off the entire unit. So if I change my source or power this thing on, yeah, usually I have it on Bluetooth. And if I go and I hit it, rear camera's on and it stays on. Doesn't matter if I'm in reverse or park. As you can see, I'm in park right now. It's always on. And I did that because I took off the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror, because I'm 6'3" and I actually sit up straight, I don't lean back like a gangster or any of that stuff. The rearview mirror, it takes a lot of the visibility out of the windshield. Plus, I wanted to install my my Blackview camera on the car. In any event, this is now acting as my rearview mirror, and you can toggle it, as you can see here, toggle it back and forth. So in any event, if you guys want instructions on how I did that, by all means, hit me up on the forums. Let me know. Have a good day.